Hi my friends, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Legacy Stacker, and today we're going to cover 5 questions to ask your vault, storage, or depository before storing your precious metals in them. Meanwhile, we'll be reviewing the 1986 American Silver Eagle Proof Dollar, the first in this series. But first, to the computer. Now, here we are at the ST Bullion website. Today is Monday, December 13th, 2021. The silver spot price is currently at $22.26, and the gold spot price is $1,789.48, which leaves us with a gold to silver ratio, or GSR, at 80.15%. That may be a factor into your buying strategy. Between February and July of this year, the GSR has been hovering in the 60% range. Now that the GSR is 80%, I'll be buying slightly more silver than gold as the GSR approaches 100%. More on this topic in a future video. Here's the disclaimer. The coin we'll be reviewing today is the 1986 American Silver Eagle Proof coin. What's unique about this coin is that it's the very first year the American Silver Eagle coin was minted in the United States. My coin collecting philosophy has been to collect older US coins, in my case, the Morgan Silver Dollar regular strike, for the next generation, and also to collect a more current proof strike, the American Silver Eagle proofs, as you can see here, for the generation after that. This coin is graded Proof 70 by the NGC Grading Company, has a mintage of 1.4 million, and based on that mintage and grade is worth approximately $750. This video is about questions to ask your vault, storage, or depository before you store your metals with them. Now, before we cover that question, I know this topic can be a little controversial in the stacking community, which is why I wanted to cover it for quite some time. Many silver and gold precious metals stackers don't want to store their precious metals in a vault, storage, or in a depository, saying, if you don't hold it, you don't own it. However, I don't totally agree with that statement, as to store your precious metals at home, for example, in my opinion, could potentially put yourself and your family members in harm's way. So for the purpose of this video, we are going to go on the premise that you want to store your precious metals in a secure vault offsite. However, all vault storage companies are not created equal, so you'll want to check with them ahead of time. I'll make a video in the future covering why you don't want to store your precious metals at home. Let me know how you feel about this topic in the comments. Do you feel that if you don't hold it, you don't own it? Also, please note, I'm going to use the terms vault storage and depository interchangeably throughout this video. You can also search for gold vault storage to find local storage facilities near you. The first question to ask is, what is the depository's fee schedule? When depositing precious metals at a depository, you'll want to be sure to get their rate sheet, which will cover everything from what you will pay to store your precious metals there, and also will include shipping fees and any other types of fees required. Typically, silver will have one price and gold will have another for storage, and is based on the value in dollars of the bullion stored. I was surprised to hear that the bullion value was what determined the cost, not the size or weight. For example, storing 500 ounces of silver like this one weighs about 42 pounds and is valued at approximately $20,000 and takes a lot more space than, say, 10 ounces of gold valued at approximately the same $20,000. Now at this point, I want to cover what your storage fees are going towards. They're not only going towards storing your precious metals, which would be your basic expectation, they are also going to insuring your precious metals against theft, fire, or flood damage, etc. Also, you should ensure that the depository insurance and your precious metals themselves are separate from the depository company itself. This is so that if, say, the depository goes bankrupt, they can't use your precious metals to bail themselves out. They're your precious metals, so they should be held and insured separately from the vault storage company itself. Having fun so far? As always, if you'd like to see more videos just like this one, please click the like button below, and thank you. The second question to ask is regarding physical storage. Do the actual physical precious metals get held on site? As a precious metal stacker, you don't want to have any interest in precious metals derivatives or paper assets. You want to store the actual physical bullion, silver, gold, or other precious metals. At this point, while we are viewing the 1986 American Silver Proof Eagle coin, minted in San Francisco, thus the S mint mark, we ask ourselves, what was happening in 1986? First, Halley's Comet came very close to the Earth during this time. Think big, my friends, and expand your minds. The company Pixar was founded that year, and the movie Top Gun was the most popular in 1986. The Care Bears were the most popular toys at the time, and the #1 song was Walk Like an Egyptian by the Bangles. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was 1,793 as compared to today, and the price of a gallon of gas was only 86 cents. You might remember some of those things back from 1986. The third question is, will your precious metals be commingled or segregated? This question is twofold. One, in some instances, if you put 1 ounce of silver in, you'll get 1 ounce of silver out. This is commingled. This doesn't work for me. For example, an American Silver Eagle coin, as the one shown here, is worth more than, say, a silver round, for example. Even though they both are 1 ounce of silver, you want to be sure that if you put an American Silver Eagle into the depository, that you'll get that same American Silver Eagle out. You'll want your precious metals to be segregated. The second part of this question has to do with how the depository stores gold and silver. It's typical for a depository to store silver and gold separately within the vault. However, when they store it, they should mark it with an identifier that identifies you as the owner, so that you can be sure you can get out exactly what you put in. Hi, my friends. As you can tell, I've made a decision to keep my identity anonymous on this channel for security reasons. Please feel free to participate in my million subscriber challenge by clicking on the subscribe button below. Do you really want to know who I am? If so, please click on the subscribe button, and when I reach 1 million subscribers, I will move from behind the camera to in front of the camera. That's my challenge to you. It doesn't cost you a thing, and I'm not going to try to sell you an online course or anything like that. And most of all, thank you. Fourth question is, what is the storage vault's visitation policy or process? This is a deal maker, or should I say, a deal breaker for me. Getting back to the idea of holding your physical precious metals in your hands, you want to be able to visit your precious metals from time to time, to be absolutely certain that they are caring for your precious metals properly and can locate your precious metals on demand. It's not uncommon for a depository to require 24 hours or more notice in order for you to visit your precious metals. It's pretty standard that you'll need to make an appointment as well. This coin's obverse, or front of the coin, was taken from Adolph A. Weinman's Walking Liberty design of the silver half-dollar, which you can see here. This half-dollar was minted from 1916 to 1947, which this coin is an example of, from 1944. We'll talk about the Walking Liberty half-dollar in a future video when I cover my constitutional, or 90% silver. This design was so good that they decided to use it for the same design, that is, for the American Silver Eagle Standard Bullion, beginning in 1986, and this is an example of that from 2016. And of course, they also used it for the American Silver Eagle Proof Coin, which has that mirrored finish. The fifth and final question is, does the depository provide an independent audit? This audit is not performed by the depository, but by a third party to ensure that everyone is kept honest, and is performed once or twice throughout the year. This audit report periodically confirms that your precious metals are stored and can be identified, and your holdings haven't changed since the last audit. If you have added or subtracted from your holdings since the last audit report, the audit will reflect that change and can be used in conjunction with site visits if you cannot visit as frequently as you would like. This week's YouTube channel shoutout of the week goes to Strategic Wealth Preservation, also known as SWP, located in the Cayman Islands, starring Mark Yaxley. I'll leave a link to the channel in the description. This channel really helped me to understand what storing precious metals would be like in a storage vault. He also has a lot of videos on his channels, goes into a lot of detail, and makes you feel comfortable with the whole process. One thing to note, since they are located in the Cayman Islands, they are under British rule, although located not far from the US shores. And always remember, my friends, silver and gold, it's wealth you can hold in your hands.